of you are going to believe in working with brokers, do you think? It's just the way I ask the question, isn't it? Okay. Now, I do not mean that you call up your broker and say, look for a strip center for me. That's not the way you're going to buy a good strip center. We're going to teach you how to buy a good strip center. But you should be on a lot of brokers' mailing lists. You want to get all of their packages. And a lot of them will include rent rolls and expenses and all sorts of things. And you'll have a pretty good idea of what a deli can pay in rent and what their sales are and all the rest of it if you collect a lot of information from brokers. And every once in a while, you throw them a bone. You do a deal that's commissionable. You call them up and say, I want you to be my broker in this deal. Because if the other side's got a broker, you might as well have your own. I don't want the broker to make your decisions for you. But there's no good reason not to use a broker. They've got tons of information, some of which they know how to use. I've been a broker since 1966, so I'm not, and I love my industry. But there are not a lot of, I wouldn't trust them with my daughter or anything like that. Okay, in just a minute we're going to talk about industrial property, but before we take a break, what are the burning questions, if there are any left, that you have about retail? Yes. What are some of the better companies to lease to? McDonald's. That's it. Yes. Walgreens. Yeah. I don't. In Florida, anyway, and in the other 39 states that have sales taxes, it's pretty easy. You just say, on the 20, in Florida anyway, they've got to send in their SR 15, which is the report of their sales, to the Department of Revenue, Florida Department of Revenue, by the 25th of the month. So by the 25th of the month, in their lease, I say, by the 25th of the month, you've got to send me a copy of your DR-15, or SR-15, I forgot what it's called, DR-15. And then I know, if you'll lie to the Department of Revenue, you can lie to me, it's okay, but you're not going to be there very long anyway, because the Department of Revenue is 5 times as bad as the IRS. They'll just put chains on your door. And they'll shop you, Those guys shop people regularly, and they know. And they know what you should be selling. They've got sales reports from all the stores around you, don't they? So their investigative teams don't have to be really smart, in order to catch you. That's the truth. So, other questions? But that's what I do, is I get their sales reports. Now, I've got a whole bunch, and you'll see in my percentage lease, when you go to the website and you pull down the percentage that you're going to see a really good percentage lease. And it's got about 9 other paragraphs in it. And it says, okay, in addition to looking at your sales reports, anytime I want to, given reasonable notice, I can come into your place of business